especially throwing big wind-resistant flies like a popper. Go ahead and check this cast out and see how far he just threw that popper into this. There's a bass. There's a bass. Set the hook. Nice.
It doesn't really get caught in the wind much with the line.
With the heavy line? Yeah. Okay, so one of the hardest things as a new caster is learning to shoot that line. Okay. Got him. Yeah, right after your little brother stopped recording.
Yeah.
Dude, so we got that green one there. Beautiful. Look at that largemouth bass. Smile, buddy.
Nice bass.
Okay, so Junior let Dad throw a couple. Look what he got.
What you can do with a popper.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's let him go. We've had him out of the water a few seconds. Let's let him. So last night I took my sons bass fishing, and one of the hardest things to teach them and teach any new angler is how to physically shoot the line out. We can teach them how to false cast and what they should do with their wrist and their elbow and all that. But when it comes to actually physically shooting line like I did right there, that's one of the hardest things to get new casters to learn, because it's not real intuitive. They constantly let go of the line too soon. And most everybody's fast action 9-foot 5-weight rods are completely unsuitable for kids and many new anglers that are trying to shoot line. So this video is going to offer some advice. If you're trying to get your kids better at fly fishing, get a couple of tips. One, make sure you keep it fun, keep your days short, always finish with ice cream, and buy them junk food on the way home, okay? If they want to gear fish and tackle fish a little bit still, as long as it's within the law, let them do whatever they want. Don't force fly fishing down their throat. I certainly don't do that with mine, and they are fly fishing fanatics, okay? But we take our fly fishing in small doses, and I try to get them set up right. So when we're trout fishing, a lot of you have seen videos where I take and put a 5-weight line on 2- and 3-weight rods for my sons. It loads up better, it's more intuitive, the casting stroke is much more natural. When we were bass fishing last night, it made a big difference when I took a Wulff Ambush line, which I have on this rod right here just for dramatization purposes. And once I put a Wulff Ambush line on there with a 1-line bump, meaning I have 1 line weight heavier than it's needed, he's able to cast. The reason is, or he's able to shoot line, is these shooting head lines are very thick here. They're very, very thin back here. So it doesn't take much line to get a little momentum, and all of a sudden the kid can take 2 false casts and he can shoot his popper right in by the shore. This is really critical for casters that are going to throw poppers for bass, streamers for trout, woolly bugger type bass flies, any type of streamer in a lake environment where you might be stripping leeches for trout. But here's the setup I'm going to recommend. So you could do a 1-line bump. That's the most I would do. I think in the video I mentioned a 2-line bump. A 1-line bump is adequate. If it's a medium to medium fast action rod, you don't need to do a line bump at all. I came out today to cast a little bit and give you some ideas. If you're going to be fishing floating lines primarily, which is what we do for poppers a lot, and we're fishing largemouth, smallmouth, and panfish primarily with floating lines, I'm going to use the standard Wulff Ambush shooting head line. It's triangle taper. You can see a line profile on the back. It's got that the black line profile, very heavy in the front end. The thin line represents the running line. So not many false casts required to shoot some line. The other one, if you know you're going to be wanting to throw sink tips with your kids or any brand new caster for that matter, and you need to shoot line, the Wulff Ambush Short is a very, very short shooting head, and you can throw a 5-foot sink tip on that from OPST. The 5-foot tip is critical because then they don't strip this connection up into their guides and get frustrated when it won't go back out. Okay, so a 5-foot tip, Wulff Ambush Short, at most a 1-line bump. Medium fast action rods or shorter rods, just buy it straight up, 4-on-4, 5-on-5. If you're trying to get your kids to throw your X rod or a real fast action rod, 1-line bump at most. So standard Wulff Ambush for the floating work, Wulff Ambush Short and the 5-foot tip for the sinking work. Get your kids out on the warm water lakes, get them catching crappies. Kids love to say that, by the way. Bluegills, smallmouth, largemouth, whatever. Let them catch anything that there is to catch, and by all means get them out on the lake, because then they don't snag their back cast in a tree. They don't have to wait around. They just get out in the boat. It doesn't matter if you have a bass boat, paddle boat, a kayak, whatever. just get them out there, because then they can actually physically learn to shoot line. Once they do that, then you can take them fly fishing anywhere in the world and they can keep up, but they have to be able to shoot line.